Third one?
Yeah, finally.
That'll do.
Will do. Great yesterday.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, that was a nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just reward though.
Day session now.
Yeah.
Back to,
It looks a good fish, mate, doesn't it?
yeah.
Hooked in the top, is it?
Yeah.
What in the 7?
Size 7 Fang X. He won't coming off.
How big is he, mate?
It's 28 something.
28 and a half.
You
I did
tell
get
me.
one.
You can see you got the light there.
Mate, that is 28 and a half bag. 28. 10.
That'll do. Oh there, I'm Nigel Sharp. It might not be the prettiest fish in the lake, but it's a very welcome one after the nightmare I had yesterday. I managed to foul at one, lost one at the net, and hooked a trailer. So after going home, collecting my thoughts, I'll come back today to sort of get revenge. And this is the start of my time. 28-10 common. You might have seen a little bit of footage just earlier of me with a 28 pound common I caught at last knockings yesterday. Well, I'm back here again in the same swim. There's a bit of a reason why I'm back in the same swim. Obviously I caught one fish yesterday evening that you got on film, but the day before was a little bit of a nightmare as well in the same swim. I cast out after sort of getting to the lake early and watching the water and finding some fish bubbling, cast out, put a couple of bags, well 3 bags out across the fish. Knew they was in the area but didn't know exactly where. There was a bit of bubbling here and there all over the place, so put them out and sit back and wait until you see them show, or a bit more pronounced bubbling or regular bubbling in the same spot, and sort of get them zero, so to speak, so you can get your baits bang on. Of course, as that day wore on, a couple of hours in, I see the fish show. It was a little bit shorter where I'd cast, so I decided to wind in the rods, put fresh bags on, cast back, bang on the spots like where the fish had shown. Like I say, got them zeroed. But on winding in one of them rods, I happened to foul hook a fish after turning the angle about 10 times. There's obviously a few fish about in that area. So obviously that took a bit of time to get the fish in because it was hooked in the top of the tail. Again, got it in, unhooked it, put a bag out on that spot. Same with the other 2 rods, got them sorted. Within an hour or so of doing that, had a bite, hooked a good fish, was playing it for ages. It's one of them slow, steady runs, knowing what it wanted to do, felt big and everything. At final moments of that battle, things went a little bit wrong at the net and the hook slipped out, and it was one of them moments that seemed to happen. It was slow emotion, a bit upsetting, so I stood the rod against the tree, a little walk up the bank to calm down, come back, got my head together again and recast, and the rod was away again. I hooked into what I thought I'd hooked into another fish, played that fish out, but when I got it close to the bank I was a little bit more sort of, there's something not quite right here, and then it transpired that there's a lead up the line and it's tapping the tip ring, which is my lead, but there's line a bit further out in the lake, so therefore I've hooked a trailer, which is quite a common thing you do get on some of these day ticket waters where people maybe don't take as much care as they should do with it. Setting up their rigs or crack-offs, or pike going through your lines in the margins, all sorts of things happen anyway. But again, that was a day session from hell. You know, foul hooked fish, a lost fish, and hooked a trailer. So that drew me back into the swim yesterday. Got revenge with that. Not well. He's a 28 pound common, bit of a character. I've caught him before. You know, you don't frown at a 28 pounder. It's a nice carp to catch. So. Again, there's things still going on in this area, so I have to repeat another session in this swim. So this, like I say, I'm fishing days. Or normally, you know, a lot of people fish nights. They only go fishing if they do 2 nights, or they've got to do a night. Myself, when it gets to the winter or late autumn, I've done so well doing short sessions. Like sometimes 2-3 hours at the right time of day. The bite times are getting shorter and shorter as the water temperatures are cooling down. If you can get them bite times down to like almost the minute, you don't have to sit there 24 hours. You can turn up 2 or 3 hours before the favourite bite time. Put pop-ups, stringers, bags of maggots, any you know, a quick bite method. Enough to gain you a quick bite if you shoot for bite. You don't need to stand here spotting for hours. Just want to get a bait in the water exactly where you want it. If you can, like I said earlier, get the fish zeroed exactly where they are, put the bait bang on spots, and mark your lines up if you're going to be regularly fishing the same swim. But that's what I like to do, is cut the session short, and I can go home. I quite often fish into dark for a few hours. If I set myself a little rule, if I have a liner, I'll do another hour because something might well happen. But normally I can be home by 8, 9 o'clock in the evening, get the kit ready, make some sandwiches for the next day, fill up the water butt, tea gear. I like the tea, keeps you warm in the winter. And have a good night's sleep in your own bed and get up early the next morning, fully refreshed. You've warmed your bones up again, back down the lake. If you've got something to go on like I have for the last few days, I'm pretty much like a well-oiled machine, getting set up, rods go together quick, one rod goes together, popper gets tied on, or a bag gets slipped on the hook, string or whatever, goes out to the end. Whatever the method I'm deciding to use goes out quick. So the known spots where I had my last bites or incidents, like line bites or anything from. Or if I'm not too sure where I want to go, if I've not seen anything to go on, or the swim I have been fishing's dried up, get here for first light, watch the water, decide to go and sit. Quite often there's other people on the lake, you might know them, go and sit and have a cups of tea with them and chat, watch the water, and then move on move into the closest swim you can get to the fish. The other beauty of day session fishing is you'll see is I'm not carrying a great deal of fishing gear with me. Just got a chair to be comfortable. Getting a little bit older now, I want to keep my back straight. Sitting on a bucket for hours isn't too good for you when you're in your 40s. But yeah, minimum kit, rucksack, a little bit of tea kit, chair, put it on a barrow. If I see fish showing up the other end, several times, I can pack my gear up and be straight on them. I've not got to unpeg a bivvy, fold it up, fold a bed chair up, wrap a ground sheet up, load a barrow, move it round there, start getting everything set up. I can pretty much move around the lake, set up, while the gear's still on the barrow, just by literally opening my rucksack up, getting the bucket out, and say tying on pop-ups, bags, stringers, anything going method. It's all about speed really on day tickets. You see a lot in the magazines of people, they lay their rods in the dirt and the deck, because they're getting their rods out quick. Yeah, it's all very well and good. I've done it myself, but I do actually like to get the bank sticks out and put them in because it's a little bit more sort of sturdy and keeps your gear a little bit clean. It might sound OCD, but if you're keeping your gear in half reasonable condition, your rucksack's tidy, your rods and reels are half clean, and that it's not a messy thing to keep setting up and packing up and moving around the lake. It's being efficient. If you look at my rucksack, I can put my hands in the rucksack any time, day or night, without a torch. Obviously you don't need a torch in the daytime. I know where everything is. When I pack up in the evening in the dark, I pack up so I can set up quickly again. It's all about being efficient, get on the fish quickly. And fishing at the right time of day really in the winter. Yeah, they're short days, but if you're fishing 3 or 4 hours into dark, you're getting a bit of both really. So this is pretty much what I'm doing at the moment. So worth giving it a go if you think you need another approach, or you're getting fed up with them long hours of darkness anyway. We'll see if we can catch another 28 pounder or something today, eh?